Superman's out and it's crushing the box office. James Gunn has created a world that feels all its own and is setting a strong direction for the DCU. But I've seen a lot of people say the same thing. They liked Superman, but didn't fall in love with him. And honestly, I agree. So let's break down why that may be.
You'd let me interview you as Superman.
Sure.
When it comes to making Superman approachable, David Corenswet is the man of tomorrow. He's got the look, the build, and the charisma. I'm not even mad at how he's written. I needed a good Superman, and I think a lot of people benefit from having that version on screen again. The side characters, every single one stands out and gets a proper intro. Lois Lane is pragmatic to a fault. Rachel Brosnahan gives her a down-to-earth feel, but she's lost the ability to dream big, and that makes her a perfect foil to Superman's optimism. Nathan Fillion brings that old school bad boy energy that fits the comic booky world and allows Guy Gardner to fit with a modern audience. Mr. Terrific plays a surprisingly big role, and Eddie Gathegi gives him a sharp edge I really respected. And of course, Lex Luthor. Nicholas Hoult steals the show. We showed up for Superman and stayed for Lex. And Lex works so well because he has a full story arc. One built around envy gone too far. It's tragic, and Holt makes him evil in a way that's actually fun to watch. It's rare nowadays to get a villain that's just evil. Having all these characters that have such personas allows for connection to any one of them, and makes them more than just something to serve the plot. Honestly, I could keep talking about the sidecasts. They're the movie's biggest strength, but also ironically its biggest weakness. Because when every side character brings charm and energy, what happens to the main hero?
He entered a country.
This is how you're gonna be?
I'm not the one being interviewed, Superman. Did you consult with the president?
I made a video a while back talking about how Superman needs to be good. And I still believe in the principles he stands for. But that's where I think this movie lets some fans down. Good is subjective. Superman saves people and tries to avoid violence, even trying to save the kaiju. But the Justice Gang also did good by killing the kaiju. So who's right? We see Lex and his crew doing real evil, hurting innocents to get what they want, and it's clear why they're the bad guys. But Superman, he's more of a victim in this movie, and while I appreciate the twist with his parents forcing him to reevaluate his purpose, he never really becomes a force for change. Lois is the only one who challenges his ideals, and yes, by the end, he inspires people, but he never acts like an icon of change we've seen in other interpretations. Let's take the MCU. Tony Stark realized what his weapons were doing and takes responsibility to be a change for good. Steve Rogers stood against his own government when freedom was being compromised in Winter Soldier. We've seen Superman be an icon when he fought the elites, a group of heroes who killed and executed villains on the spot. And that's the missing piece. We have a Superman who stands for truth, justice, and the, well, I guess now the human way, but no one is there to challenge him, to challenge that way of thinking. As cliche as it would be having Superman save Lex in the end instead of him giving a speech on how he's a normal guy, it would do more justice to the character. Lex represents how selfish individuals can and will cause harm to others. Allowing Superman to prove that the opposite of that creates a better tomorrow is what makes him the man of tomorrow. Being able to challenge and show a character's principle, like with Tony and Steve, is inspiring to people and gives representation to what the hero is. Because right now, Superman is only a good guy who is really strong. And he's more than that. There's potential here, but the plot and the side characters do too much of the heavy lifting.
Just getting started, and we're already deep in the DC universe. In James Gunn we trust, and I think we can do it.
Still, this world, I'm in. The new DCU doesn't feel like the MCU's copy of our reality. People walk around like monster attacks are just another Tuesday. The tech, the fashion, the smartphones, it all has this Severance vibe to it. It's stylized, which gives it a timeless feel. And more importantly, the world feels lived in. Heroes actually show up when there's danger. Problems are too big for Superman alone. There are real stakes. This feels like a comic book brought to life. I like that the first part of the movie is opening credits, and the interview with Lois and Clark is mostly out of context. By not seeing what happened creates a sense of mystery. We don't know what to think of this Superman just as much as the public in the movie does. And because this isn't an origin story, there are parts of the movie that feel more expository than other parts. But the flow and pacing make it work. While it plays things a little safe, this is the start in the right direction for the DCU. And that's why I'm giving Superman an 8 out of 10. Until next time, play nice.